Hello, hello, everyone. It's Jennifer with One Crafty Sister. Had a little issue getting online, so I'm a couple minutes late, but I'm going to let this populate in your feed so that you can find me here. Hope you guys are having a good night. I'm going to go check. I have a fuzzy hair. Check and make sure that we're visible on Facebook. Oh, hello. I heard you. Let's see. All right, it looks like we are going good. All right, I see. Okay. Hello, hello, everyone. Get my messages up here. Hi, Debbie. Hi, two Debbies. Debbie Sowards and Debbie Beatty. Hello. How are you guys tonight? Doing okay, I hope. Am I on my business profile or my personal profile? Mary's there. Hello. Someone let me know that I'm on onecraftysister.com because it does not show up here. Facebook is so weird. I think I am. I just want to make sure. Because every time I get on Facebook, there's something new. Hey, I'm there. Okay. All right. So, hello, everyone. Hi, it's Tuesday. It's time for our February free online card class, and I'm excited to show you some really fun birthday cards. But before we even get started, I just wanted to show you, I still have my lanyard on from my day job. Oh, someone said my face is frozen. Hopefully it's unfrozen for them soon. So I wanted to show you on my lanyard, someone brought me something. My friend Kathy brought me something to work and I had to put it on my lanyard. So I said, oh, I'm going to show you guys tonight. It's this little pin. It says, rock is dead. Long live paper and scissors. Snip, snip. I love it. Rock is dead. Long live paper and scissors. So that was truly a fun little gift. I should put this back on because if I don't put it where it goes, I won't have it tomorrow when I have to go to work. So how are you guys? Are you ready for 4 fun birthday cards today? So I have some really cute cards to show you. So really quick before we start, I just want to let you guys know this is just like any old card class, not old, but any card class that you might go to in person. I'm going to show you how to make the cards. If you want to have a kit to make these cards, you can place an order on my website using the host code that's right in the description of the video, and then I'll send you all the supplies to make each of these 4 cards. You just have to use your own inks and stamps. But I'm going to show you some fun cards, some fun layouts, and a couple really, man, there's this really cool technique that I saw one of our European demonstrators do. It's not even a technique, it's just the way she used the stamp, and it was so pretty, so I can't wait to show you. So I'm going to flip the camera down and show you guys the cards that we're going to make today and get stamping. And I am glad that you're here tonight. So if you have friends that you think might enjoy watching this, I would love it if you would share the video so that others can come join us for the fun. All right, let's flip this camera down. All right, so I have 4 cards to share with you tonight, all birthday, because this is the second in our birthday card series. So this is the card that was inspired by one of our European demonstrators, Michelle Last. And this is using one of our Sale-a-Bration stamps. It's actually the Calming Camellia stamp set. And this is the host stamp set. And this is only available through the end of February. And I was amazed. She used this stamp and stamped all over, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it is really so gorgeous. And then it's this simple little happy birthday. So I'm going to show you how I did that, and you could do this in so many colors. We are going to use here, this is some of the gorgeous Flowing Flowers Designer Series paper, and using the Flowering Tulips stamp set. Now this says just thinking of you today, and you might say, Jennifer, that's not a birthday card, but it is, because on the inside it says no one deserves a happier birthday than you. So we'll make that one. This is a fun birthday card using some of our Friendly Hello paper and the Friendly Hello stamp set, also Sale-a-Bration bundle. I'm trying to get lots of good use out of them because they're not going to be around for much longer, so I want to get all the use and show you all the pretty things. So that's one card. And then we're going to use the adorable Catching Butterflies. This is so cute, and I'm going to show you this cute little card, but we're going to change up the sentiment on the card we make. We're going to use the Celebrate Every Beautiful Thing because it's a birthday, so we're going to change this up. But I'm going to show you how to do this cute little dress here, and yeah, so those are the cards we're going to make. So I think I want to get dirty first. I want to get the dirty out of the way because this one gets a little dirty. So we're going to start with this Calming Camellia card. So let me make sure I put these all in their proper bins so I know where my stuff is when it's time for that card. So this is the first card I'm going to show you, and it's got some layering of some cardstock. This is what the piece looks like that we're going to actually stamp and put on the card. And if you wondered, like, Jennifer, if I get the card kit, what does that look like? So basically what that's going to look like is any of the papers are going to be pre-cut for you. There will be enough ribbon for your project, and any embellishments that I use, you'll get a little bit of that as well with it. So I just wanted to show you that so you know what to expect. So I don't know about you, but anytime I use Night of Navy ink, I get super dirty. Like look, it's all over my fingers. So I was going to clean them, but I'm like, I'm about to come stamp with you guys, so I might as well not clean it, right? Because I'm going to get dirty again. So again, this is the Calming Camellia, and this is item number 158117. It's in the Sale-a-Bration catalog. It is a host set, which means that you have to have either a $300 personal order, or I just had a couple customers put their orders together last night, and they were able to get one of these stamp sets together because they just placed an order together, and it was enough. I'm going to bring a piece of scrap paper over here. You can see that this is what I already used this for. And I'm going to pull out my Night of Navy ink pad. Now, like I said, you get a little dirty with this. I mostly get dirty cleaning up from it. But what you're going to do is take this gorgeous, distinctive stamp with all this detail, and you're going to ink it up and just start stamping around this piece of cardstock. So this is Balmy Blue. Let's see. And you're going to rotate your stamp as you go around. Come back in and fill anywhere that I didn't get. And when I saw this demonstration, I was like, wow, that is just really cool. Hi, Carol. You said, oh my, hello. Do you think it's kind of pretty already? So now look at this beautiful piece that we just stamped. Now, it's so dramatic, but so simple. So you could do this with so many colors. And the reason why it works so well is because of all this detail around the edges of that flower stamp. And it kind of just merges all the shapes together, and it doesn't matter. Oops, doesn't matter if you stamp over something. It's just really quite striking. All right, so we've got that piece stamped. Now we need to stamp 2 more pieces. So on the inside, we have a white panel, and I'm just going to stamp this coordinating leaf stamp, and then we're going to stamp our sentiment. And see, this is why I hate Night of Navy. Now the good thing is you got 2 sides. So I'm going to flip it over, but I'm going to get this out of the way. I get Night of Navy everywhere. All right, so let me stamp this. I'm still getting it everywhere on here. That's going to go on the inside of our card. And then the sentiment is happy birthday, because this is a birthday card class, right? All right, thank you for those that are just tuning in. If you missed at the beginning, I was letting you guys know this is class number 2 in our birthday card series. Free card class online. And if you love the cards that we make tonight and you want to get a kit with all the paper supplies and ribbon embellishments to make them, all you have to do is place an order using the host code that's in the video description. And I will you'll place an order by this Sunday, and I will ship you out a pack of supplies to make these beautiful cards with your own stamps and inks. Okay, so I am using the Pick a Banner punch. I love this. I usually use the flagged end, but this one calls for the opposite end. So I flagged both ends of the sentiment, and this is a retired hole punch, but some of these things you just keep on hand because even though they're retired, they still come in really handy. So I'm just going to punch a little hole on each end of these. I'm going to show you a punch on one of the other cards. Actually, let me show you that you can accomplish this with. This is the Label Me Fancy punch, and we're going to use it on another card, but it has a little hole here. So I believe it's the same size, and you could totally stick this in here. The question is, do I know where the center is? I'm gonna guess. Oh, look, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Let me get another piece of paper to do this sentiment again. Luckily, I have an extra one here. So you're going to need to do it this way if you're going to do that with it, so you don't cut the end off. See, anyone can do this, guys. Anyone can do this. So funny that happened. All right, let's stamp our sentiment again. And I'm going to stick to my little punch here that I have. Go ahead and stamp that happy birthday. I love the scrolly font on this happy birthday. Okay. So now I'm going to use my trusty circle punch. I think this is a 1/8 inch punch. Okay, there's that. And now we're going to put this card together. So I've got my card base. It's just a standard 5.5 by 8.5 card base. I have a layer of Night of Navy, and we're going to put our stamped paper right on top of there. Just going to use some liquid glue to add that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this piece on the inside of the card, and then we're going to do the sentiment and the twine. Oops, let's not put that on the front. All right, so there we have the inside of our card, which is, I love this color combo too. It's so striking. So this is the twine that we're going to use. And this twine comes from the January to June mini catalog. And it is part of the Hey Sports Fan bundle of products. And I just want to show you what else it comes with. It also comes with this red and white twine and this evening evergreen twine. So you get all three of these in your pack with the Hey Sportsman twine pack. But we're going to use the blue. And we need enough to go around the card and tie a bow with some tails. So I'm going to cut it right there. I'm going to add some dimensionals onto the back of my sentiment, and then we're going to kind of feed our ribbon through this. So what you're going to do is take the end of your twine and you're going to place it through the hole, pull it through, and you want enough to tie your bow. So it's going to actually stick to the back of my dimensionals on the back. Now I think this is enough this way. I think this should be good. So I'm going to add this to the card right about there. Okay. Pull this around and tie a bow. Oh, I might need a tiny bit more. Let's see. Just might not be as long on that side as it was on my other card. All right. Yeah, Jen, isn't this a beautiful use of this stamp? Since you're just joining, I saw this idea from one of our demonstrators in the UK. Hold on. And tie this again. Didn't quite have it right. Michelle Last in the UK did this, and it was gorgeous. She used several different colors. And so I was amazed when I saw all the color combos that she showed. She showed several different ones on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, I think her Instagram is Michelle Last Creative or something like that. But if you just search Michelle Last, you will definitely find her. But this was a striking technique with this stamp. And I'm going to use it like this more. So if you don't have this stamp set and you're not ready to put in a $300 order right now, then I suggest you get a couple friends together to shop and get one of these stamp sets before it's too late. All right, so there is that card. Now, I didn't put embellishments on it, but I'm thinking about my projects. I really don't think it needs it. I really don't want any embellishments on it. You know, sometimes it's okay to not embellish, right? So there is your first birthday card. I'm going to set these really dirty Night of Navy stamps out of the way, and I'll clean them after so I don't get even more on my hands. All right, so there you got card number 1, this beautiful floral, and for those of you who just joined, it's the Calming Camellia. Calming Camellia. All right, we will come back to this one. We'll take them all out. So next card we'll make, I'm glad you guys like it. All right, so this is the next card we're going to make. And this card features some fun paper, but a couple little fun techniques as well. So let me get my supplies out here. All right, for those of you that are in or around the Gainesville area, I want to let you know that this Saturday I'm having a Galentine's stamp camp. So if you are looking for a day to come stamp, we are going to be at the clubhouse that I do a lot of events at in Vista Palms. And so I will update the post, the information in the video here, the description of the video, when we're done, and give you the link for the information on that. But it's going to be a super fun stamp camp day that we're going to stamp 6 projects, and we're going to include lunch and have lots of fun. So I'd love to have you join if you can. All right, so let's get some stamps out. Again, this is the Friendly Hello, another Sale-a-Bration. I told you guys I'm trying to use all my Sale-a-Bration stamps because they are only through February, the end of February, so I got to use them up. So with this card, we're going to do a couple bits of stamping. So we've got, hope you have the best birthday, because this is a birthday class, right? We've got the flowers stamped and also some flowers stamped here. So let me take and grab my little foam mat for stamping, and I'm going to go ahead and get my stamping done. So the first thing I'm going to do is stamp these flowers right here. I don't like that. Let's turn it over. I didn't quite get it inked up quite good enough. Much better. Okay, so we're going to set those aside. We're going to stamp on here. I'm going to bring my little piece of paper over here. Gosh, I have so much grid paper, but for whatever reason, I don't have it in here. And so I have to use this janky piece of scratch paper. All right, so we're going to stamp this across. This is, now let me show you really quick. This is the Scalloped Contours, and we're going to use 3 of the dies on this card. So we used this scallop die to detail cut our designer series paper, and I love that scalloped, and it's stitched so you can see the little stitching on there. We are using the tiniest scalloped rectangle, kind of eyelet, you know, think about your eyelet lace, that's what that looks like. And then we used the second one here that's going to be our stamped piece. So it's this is a very, very versatile stamp set. And these layers, like this is a whole card front, I use these all the time. Even if you didn't want the stamp set, it's great. Okay, so we need some of these on here. And then some leaves. All right, so then we have all the pretty detail stamped on there. And now we just need to stamp our sentiment on the bottom of our card, and then we can assemble our card. So I love white cards. And I feel like this card is just such a nice contrast with the black and the white and the pretty peach colors. And it's just really pretty. It's just really pretty. All right, so we have everything stamped. So now we're going to take and add our designer series paper. Now there's a couple different prints in this designer series paper that you could use for these cards and still accomplish the same thing. You can use the Fresh Freesia print that's similar. There's also this Coastal Cabana print that would work. And if you want to go really bold, you could use this Granny Apple Green. But any of these would totally work. But we are using the Pale Papaya, I think is the color that is. All right, so let's go ahead and glue this into place. On the top of the card. And if you place an order with me and get this, oops, I got some glue on there, I'll also send you the tutorials for it. So you'll have a PDF with all of the measurements and pictures of the cards. Yes, Lynn, the bottom was done with the Scalloped Contours, this edge die right here. Okay, so that's how that was cut. Okay, so this is going to be adhered on the card, just straight down. Okay, and then the next piece is going to kind of be angled here. Okay, and then we have ribbon to add. And for all my ladies that hate tying bows, I'm about to show you something that for a card like this makes it so easy, because I didn't tie a darn thing. So I'm going to add some of my seal here just to kind of get it sticky. And I'm going to pretend like I'm tying a fake bow here with my ribbon. This is my favorite ribbon. This is the black and white gingham ribbon. And I'm just going to lay the ribbon like I'm tying a bow. So I'm like, hey, look. In a perfect world, that might be a bow. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually just stick it down. And I didn't have to tie anything. So it's a super duper cool way to cheat on tying bows. And I know some of you would like to cheat on tying bows. But we're going to cover the center of it so you won't even be able to tell that we did that. So we've got our flowers here that we stamped. So I'm just going to cut them out. I didn't have time to do the magic of TV where they were already cut out tonight. So I can't speed this part up. But I'll try to do it kind of quick. The cool thing about this is it doesn't have to be perfect. The flower has kind of little jagged lines on it, and no flower is perfectly symmetrical. So if you don't love to trim with your snips, I used to not. It's called fussy cutting or detail cutting. I used to have another word for it when I first started card making, and it was not complimentary to it. But now it's kind of therapeutic. Now it kills my hands if I decide like, hey, I'm gonna do 50 of these. I might be not so feeling therapeutic, but in general, it's not so bad. All right, we're gonna add some dimensionals to the back of our flower. And remember, I didn't like how it stamped, so I flipped it over because there's two sides to our paper, guys. Never get frustrated if it's not perfect on the first time. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. Okay. So there is that. I have a little strip of the Coordinating Designer Series paper to throw down on the bottom of the card. On the inside. I just always feel like that's like one of the easiest ways to just tie the inside of the card to the front. So there we have card number 2. And give it a good burnish with the bone folder. All right. So you could add embellishments to this. Again, I didn't put a whole lot of embellishments on these cards because I think the detail on the cards really speaks for itself, but you totally could. And I do love embellishments. Next. Oh my gosh, if you are looking for a layout that you can use so many different ways, this is a perfect layout. And it's also great for getting rid of your designer series paper stash. So if you need to de-stash, then I'm going to challenge you to make a whole bunch of cards with this layout because it's great for de-stashing. Super duper great. Okay. I know, Karen, you would add embellishments, and I probably will come back through and add some. I just didn't. I don't know why. Each card, I'm like, I wasn't sure what to put on it, and for this class, I was thinking I would come back through and use the same one on all the pieces, and I just didn't, so we'll see. I mean, everything is enhanced with bling, right? So we'll see what happens before we're done. Okay, so I have a standard pool party card base here. Go ahead and give that a burnish. And I'm using a piece of the coordinating. This is the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper. I love these tulips. This is my favorite piece of paper. And I also love polka dot paper. So you could, with this card, use a piece of coordinating cardstock here and stamp some of the stamps from the stamp set, like some any of these little background things, leaves or whatever. You could totally stamp all around here. I wanted to use this polka dot paper, and look at the back of it. Those clouds are just gorgeous. It's almost like, don't do it, Jennifer, don't cover it up. So that's just going to go flat down on your card. And then these colors, Pool Party, Poppy Parade, and I think this is Old Olive, some Old Olive, and maybe some Shaded Spruce, or Garden Green, Old Olive and Garden Green. I just love it. Okay, so simple layout, nothing too complicated. I've put my designer series paper on my card base. And then we're going to add this here. It's just an 1/8 inch mat all the way around. And now we are going to use some of the Pool Party sheer ribbon for a bow on here. So I'm just going to take and tie this around. And tie a bow. Now, I do at my events do sometimes some more detailed things. However, if I were to do 4 classes that were super detailed on here, I couldn't get them done in about an hour, which is what I'm trying to do for you guys tonight. So if you like more detailed, you'll want to come to one of my events if you can, or if I offer the classes to go, like my card class is offered to go, so you can get all the supplies for the card class sent to you if you're not local. And I do those every month, and they're featured around one stamp set or bundle. So easy peasy that way as far as only needing one thing, and I allow you to add it to your card club with no tax or shipping. And it's not that there's no tax or shipping, I just pay it for you as a thank you for including it in your club order. So I've got my bow tied, and I'm going to go ahead and add this layer to the card front. leaving just about a 1/2 inch or so on the left. There we go. And then we've got a little bit of stamping. So we've got 2 stamps that we're going to use. Again, from the Flowering Tulips, we're going to use the Just Thinking of You Today on the outside, and then on the inside, No One Deserves a Happier Birthday Than You. So on this, let's bring my little mat out here again. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, Carol, this is a great layout and is really, like I said earlier, it's a great layout to get rid of some of your DSP stash, because we all have it. We're all DSP hoarders, so don't try to hide it. It's not a secret that we like our pretty papers. All right, let's see how I did this. Oh, let me go ahead and add this on first before I stamp, because it's kind of off to the side and I want to stamp it in the middle and then, oh, it's upside down. Upside down. So this is just a 1/2 inch strip of the Designer Series paper. Again, that's my favorite way to just add a little something to the inside. All right, now we can stamp that sentiment on the inside. All right. This is a fun font as well. I have so many dirty stamps now to clean because this is another one that gets all over. I know I can't be the only one that gets this dirty. Are we all dirty girls? Are we all dirty girls? I love all my dirty girls. Okay, so that's just going to go down on the inside like that. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to add this to, this is, let me show you which stamps which punches I used here. So for the sentiment, I used that Label Me Fancy punch, so this is the punch that we're using. And then this I think is called the Label Me Pretty, and that is what we've got here. Okay, and this is a piece of vellum. All right, so now we're going to add this. You don't even have to use red ink, Karen, to get red on your paper? That's funny. That is funny. Okay. I want it to go. Oops. I'm stuck on my ribbon. All right, I'm going to go a little further over here. All right. There we go. Card number 3. Card number 3, all done. I love this paper and layout. All right, we're going to move on to the last card, which is the only card that has coloring. So it will take a tiny bit longer than the others because I have to focus when I color. Let me bring the box closer. So this is our Catching Butterfly card. And now I'll tell you, I'm kind of cheating a little bit here. So I don't know if everyone here knows, but every month I participate in a tutorial bundle with a team of other awesome demonstrators. And we make cards or projects every month with a theme. And this was my Sale-a-Bration card. Now, usually these cards are exclusive, but I'm showing it to you this month as a sneak peek to see what you get every month. And there are 15 other projects every month. And when you place an order of $30 or more, no matter if I have another special that you're qualifying for or not, I'm going to send you the PDF of all 16 projects. And so this is the one that I made for our tutorial group with the catching butterflies. So let's do some stamping and some assembling. So first, I want to go ahead and put some of the pieces of the card base together and get that out of the way. So I've got our fresh freesia card base, and I have a piece of Mossy Meadow, which I have cut my stitched rectangle out of, or my scalloped rectangle. And then this is one of my favorite dies right now. And it's a die, but it's really just a stitching. It stitches, so it's called the Stitched Greenery die. And I just love the texture that it gives. I would love lots more of these kind of dies because I think it's so cool. I think it's so cool. So we're going to layer that. We've got just a tiny little border there. Now when you have papers like this that are stitched, you don't really want to use much liquid glue because it can peek through the little stitch holes. So if you do use liquid glue, use it sparingly and try to make sure that it's nice and thin so it doesn't pop up through the little stitchings. Just a little tip there for you so you don't get glue. I love our Stamp and Seal, so I'm zipping away with it. All right. Sister Debbie, if you're still on here, although it has pink, we've got some of your favorite colors on this project. We've got a piece of this gorgeous designer series paper. This, move my chair just to see. Can't remember the name of it. It's the Heart and Home. It is, yeah, Heart and Home. So this was what we used for Card Club this month, so everyone got a half pack of it. But my favorite parts of this paper are all these really cool wood prints on the B side, the back side. So if you haven't seen this yet, whew, I love those wood prints. They're really cool. But we are using this pretty floral piece. So we're going to add this to our card. Let's see, the flowers go different directions, but depending, you got to decide, do you want it to go up or down? Okay, so there's that part. Now we're going to do a little bit of stamping. So I've got our piece of cardstock here. And first we're going to stamp our little girl. I've seen so many cute things done with this little girl. I've seen her made into a fairy, which is super cute. All right, because she's bigger, I just like to turn the stamp upside down and bring my ink to the stamp. All right, so I'm going to put her right about there. She's so cute. I'm also going to stamp part of her on this paper. Now I just need the bottom half of her because I just need her dress. I just want her dress, so I'm going to stamp just that much on the paper. Let me wipe this off real quick. Okay. We need a little butterfly stamped here. And the grass. So let's go ahead and stamp those, and then we'll do some coloring. Stamp that right up in the top. And then this grass is going to go right under her feet. Wow, this is a newly inked ink pad, I think, and it really is a little juicy, I think. Darker than I'm used to. All right, oh, I have one more thing to stamp. Let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. So we're going to stamp Celebrate Every Beautiful Thing, because that's a good birthday sentiment. Because we're, oh, look at that. A little too much. Let me get another one of those. Let's do another one. Okay, much better. Much better. I think I want to restamp her too. Luckily, I have a whole extra set here. So if you don't mind bearing with me, I'm going to restamp her. And try to get it not as dark as it was. Okay, I like that much better already. Much better. Much better. All right, there we go. All of our stamping is done. So now we're going to do just a tiny bit of coloring. I'm going to try to do it fast for you guys. But when you do this card at home, you'll need to have a handful of blends, Stampin' Blends out. You can choose the colors. I tried to stick kind of with some similar colors that were in the card. So I gave her brown hair, and I'm using some bronze and cinnamon cider. So for her hair, I like to just use the fine tip and come through and color some of the pieces with one, and then go back through with the other. All right. It's hard to color and talk at the same time, so if I get quiet here, that's the only reason why. Because I like to focus when I color, or my brain wants to focus. Doesn't want to do a bunch of different things at one time. But I do love our Stampin' Blends, and I know there's a lot of you on here that already have Stampin' Blends, because several of you are demonstrators, but if you're not, and if you haven't had some Stampin' Blends in your collection yet, they are really awesome. And so here I'm just simply using them to color, and you don't have to do fancy techniques with them. So there is her hair. I'm going to use some purple for the butterfly. So we're just going to use, this is the Fresh Freesia. And then the dark Fresh Freesia to accent. Then I've got some ivory for our little girl. Now, I don't know if you heard the news, but Stampin' Up! Has a whole new collection of neutrals for all of our skin tones. So these are great because, my gosh, so many varieties that match every one of our beautiful people. So they are brand new, but they are available now in the online store individually. I think there's also a collection that you can get. All right, so I'm just going to color her. Oops, I don't want to color her eyes. I'm going to have to fix that. Okay, so there she is colored. Now I'm going to take and give her some little cute cheeks with some Flirty Flamingo. I'm just going to do 2 little circles, right like that. And because I already colored, the color is just going to kind of spread and give her some little rosy cheeks. All right, let's see. The next thing, I'm just going to take and accent the grass here. Just a little. And we're going to take and actually trim out this little dress of hers. And this is called paper piecing. So when you take and you stamp on your printed paper, our designer series paper for Stampin' Up, and then you take and you superimpose it over the image. So we're going to attach it to her. Just, I don't need her legs. So we're going to attach it right over her little dress. And so it's a cute way to add a print. And you can do this with flowers, not just with human figures, but flowers, any kind of stamped images that kind of have a little bit of an open line art detail. Okay. All right, we're almost done. This little dress is so cute. Another thing you could do with this dress, I just thought of, oh my gosh, this would be so cute. If you knew someone that was having a little girl, baby, and you were doing a card for a baby shower, this would be so cute in a bunch of different colors, like stamped and hung on a little clothesline or something, or like a little banner with the little dresses. Like even on a cake, you could take and do these and have them on a little banner on the cake. That would be so cute. Anyone having a little girl baby that I need to do that for? Because it's a cute idea. All right. That should be enough. So now she has her dress on. It's like if we had a paper doll. It's a paper doll dress. Now I did have some Wink of Stella for the net. So I'm just coloring the net so it's kind of shiny with the Wink of Stella. All right. And then one thing that I like to do when I color a figure with Stampin' Blends is I like to outline it with a light color, because I don't know if you can see here, I've outlined her a little bit and it just gives it a little dimension. So I take a light color, like this is the light pool party. You can use the light balmy blue. You can use any of the really light kind of neutral colors, the grays, smoky slate, real light, even some of the neutrals. And I forget how I learned this. I learned this years ago from someone. So I'm just going around my entire little girl. She's so cute. And the dress makes it easy. You can just draw along the edges of it. All right. Let's put this mat nicely on here. Just enough to have a little peekaboo of the scallop border. And then we're going to add this with some dimensionals onto our card base. I love, if you want, guys can see kind of the wink of Stella. So cute. I love the, I love her little cheeks. I need to color all kinds of little characters with pink cheeks. Rosy cheeks. There's that. Going to add this with some dimensionals and a little bit of glue on the side as well. So I just need a couple, bit of glue there. And we're going to add it right here. And then it needs a bow. So we're going to give it a linen thread bow. Love linen thread. I love bows in general, but that's not a secret to anyone, right? Not a secret to anyone here. Oops. Just a second. I'm going to add it here, trim it off a little. Pop it on with a glue dot. And there we have, oh, we need to do the inside. That card. Oh, I just got ink all over my hand. Ink everywhere. Let's see. I'm going to add the bigger butterflies. I didn't have them out, but we're going to add those to this inside of this card. Why not? Let it dry for a second, and I'm going to put some color on it. To tie it in with the front. All right. Butterflies are so cute. So how many of you have this Catching Butterflies stamp set? And how many of you don't but want it? And how many of you are going to make cute little designer series paper dresses? All right. Cute little butterflies to add to the inside of our card. I was able to hide my ink oops on the back. Lynn has it. Awesome. All right. So there we have our Celebrate Every Beautiful Thing birthday card. So let's pull the cards back out here. So we can see the cards that we made tonight. Those fun cards. Comment in the comment section which card is your favorite. So this is the Catching Butterflies. This is the Friendly Hello. So put Friendly Hello. If you loved the Flowering Tulips, put this one. And if you loved the Calming Camellia, put this one. So Catching Butterflies, Friendly Hello, Flowering Tulips, and Calming Camellia. I want to know in the comment which one of these is your favorite. Which one? Which one? And let's see. Let's see. I'm going to go. I'm going to get some bling out, ladies. Well, I hear some comments coming through. I'm looking for my rhinestones here. Okay, so we've got Flowering Tulips, Calming Camellia, Flowering Tulips. Okay. Now, Calming Camellia. Okay, Dana. In honor of Karen Cobb here, I'm going to take and add some bling. So I'm going to use the champagne rhinestones because I think they'll look pretty on all of these. So I'm going to take and dot these cards. And oh, look, I'm going to put it on the eye for happy birthday. Cute. Whoa. So let's do that. Yay, Karen's so excited now. All right, let's see on this one. I'm feeling like some little, just a couple rhinestones here on either side of that sentiment. I like that. Okay. Let's see. I actually think, I don't know if I want to put any on this. I'm not going to put any on her. For some reason I don't want to, but I will do it here. I'm thinking flower centers on this one. Use them all up. That will look pretty. So Connie, oh Connie, you were able to join on the live tonight. I'm so glad. The Catching Butterflies is your favorite. Awesome. Okay, now we have lots of bling. Okay. So we've got blingy flowers there. I didn't add any bling to that because we got the Wink of Stella there and there's so much detail. I just decided not to. Went with just some detail on either side of the sentiment there and did 3 on here, but I put the bottom one on the birthday. Happy birthday. All right. Let me flip the camera up here. All right, I learned something recently. I learned something about my little camera equipment here. I just want to do this. So this is what I hope. I want to see lots of hearts so that I can feel this. Cards are done. I found that I had noises on here and I really just wanted to applaud you for joining me tonight. Me for getting some cards made for you guys to share with you tonight. All these fun and pretty cards. So just as a closing reminder, if you would like to place an order using the online host code for anything that you saw here, or anything else that you love, you will, when you use the host code that I included in the video description, you will get the kit to make all 4 of these cards, all the paper. You'll use your own stamps and inks, but I'll send you all the paper and die cut pieces, all the ribbon, and you'll get some embellishments if I used them, so you'll get some bling. and you'll get all those supplies. You'll use your own stamps and inks, and you'll also get a tutorial. So you just want to use that host code that's here, and that special is through Sunday of this week. A couple other things is that we have, and I'll update the description of the video, we have a Galentine's Day stamp camp this Saturday here in Gainesville. And so it is from 10 to 3, and it's at the Vista Palms Clubhouse. And if you'd like to get some more information about that, check that out. There will be projects that we'll be making, there'll be displays, and lunches included. So the stamp camps are always fun. I'm sorry, Karen, Dana, and Janet, that you'll be out of town, but you're going to be having so much fun. And then also the February card club is up. We'll be using the Rainbow of Happiness stamp set. And so just to give you a quick sneak peek of a couple of the cards that we'll be making, and their other two are super cute too. But I just wanted to give you a teaser. So thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight for class number 2 in my 3-part series, the birthday card series. The next one will be in March. It's March 8th, pretty sure March 8th at 7:30 p.m. as well. I'll be emailing this video out to you. If you're on my email list, you'll get that as well. So thank you guys so much, and I look forward to seeing you later. Have a great night. Bye.